Thank you, Miss Riagel, for the nice introduction. So, guys, okay pa bantang tanan? So, laban lang, dasig. So, for this evening, I will discuss to you the environmental impact of pesticide. Introduction. The term pesticide covers a wide range of compounds including insecticides, fungicides, herbicides, rodenticides, molluscides, nematicides, and plant growth regulators, and others. Among these, organ chlorine insecticide used successfully in controlling number of diseases such as malaria and typhus, and were banned or restricted after 1960s is most technological advanced in countries. The introduction of other synthetic insecticide, organophosphate insecticides in 1960s, carbamates in 1970 and pyrethroids in 1980s, and the introduction of herbicide and fungicide in 1970s and 1980s, contributed greatly to the pest control and agricultural output. Ideally, a pesticide must be lethal to the targeted pest, but not non-targeted pests, including man. Unfortunately, this is not the case, so there are controversy, use, and abuse of pesticides has surfaced. What are pesticides? A pesticide is any substance used to kill or control certain forms of plant or animal that are considered to be pests. For example, insecticide, herbicides, rodenticides, fungicides, and many more. So insecticides are the substance used to kill insect eggs, larvae. Next is herbicides, also commonly known as weed killers, are the substance used to control unwanted plants. Rodenticide are chemicals that made sole or purpose killing rodents, especially mga rats and other squirrels, chipmunks, beavers, and other. So next is fungicide, are the pesticide kill or prevent the growth of fungi and their spores. The benefits of pesticide include the increase of food production, increase of profits for farmers, and prevention of diseases. Although pests consume of a large portion of agricultural crops. Due to the use of pesticides, it is possible to combat pests and produce larger quantities of food. By producing more crops, farmers are also able to increase the profits by having more produce to sell. Pesticides also increase from the profits by helping the farmer save money on the labor costs. Using pesticide reduces the amount of time required for manually remove weeds and the pests in the field. So muna siyang important sa pesticide, maong ginagamit siya permit tungod sa iyang dili ka siya time consuming, dali ra siya i-apply, then dili kay siya sa labor, gasto sa labor, and directly mapatay gyud tong pest na gikuan. So although there is a negative impact of the environment. So first, pesticide can contaminate soil, water, turf, and other vegetation. In addition to killing insect or weeds, pesticide can be toxic to a host or other organism, including birds, fish, beneficial insects, and non-target plants. Insecticides are generally the most acutely toxic class of pesticide, but herbicide can also pose risks on non-target organisms. Using pesticide direct impact on humans. If the credits of pesticide include the enhanced economic potential in terms increased production of food and fiber, and the amelioration of vector-borne disease, then there is a deaths have resulted in a serious health implication to a man and his environment. There is now overwhelming evidence that some of these chemicals to pose potential risk to human and other life forms and unwanted side effects of the environment. The worldwide deaths of chronic disease due to the pesticide poisoning number about 1 million per year, according to the Ever News Forum 1919. Using pesticide can also contaminate the water surface. Pesticide can waste the surface water through the runoff of treated plants, and the soil contamination of water by pesticide is widespread. More than 90% of the water and fish samples from the all stream contained one or more often several pesticides. Pesticides were found all the samples major rivers mixed in agricultural and urban land use influences at 99% of samples of urban streams. Using pesticide also can affect on the soil fertility or beneficial soil organism. Heavy treatment of soil with pesticide can cause population of beneficial soil organism to decline, according to the soil scientist Dr. Elaine Ingham. If we lose both bacteria and fungi, then soil degrades. Overuse of chemical fertilizer and pesticides have effects on the soil organism that are similar to human of antibiotic overdose. Indiscriminate use of chemicals might work for a few years, but after a while, there aren't enough beneficial soil organisms to hold onto the nutrients, according to Savonin 1997. So, tungod sa continue na to, kung dili na to maiwasan, mag-continue, mawala ang kuan sa soil, na example na mag-soil acidity na atong soil, continuous na maggamit, wala tay gamit alternative na mga pathway. So muna kahadlukan kung continue na to na practice. So next is the contamination of air and soil and non-target vegetation. Pesticide sprays can directly hit non-target vegetation or can drift or volatilize from the treated area and contaminate air, soil, and non-target plants. Some pesticide drift occurs during every application, even from the ground equipment, according to Gluffey and Scumberg 1989. Drift can account for a loss 2 to 25% of the chemicals being applied, which can spread over the distance of few yards to the several hundred miles. As much as 80 to 90% of an applied pesticide can be volatilized within the few days of application, according to Majewski in 1995. So also makakontaminate sa kuan, sa hangin, mga kuan siya tungkol ka ng mga dagko na farms ngani, maigo ka na, mga poison nana, tas ang uban na kuan mawala tong mga beneficial na kuan organism tendency kung continue na to na gamiton. So conclusion, pesticides are often considered a quick and easy and expensive solution for controlling weeds, insects in urban landscapes. However, pesticide use comes at all significant costs. Pesticides are contaminated almost every part of our environment. Pesticide residue are found in soil, air, and surface and groundwater across the countries, and urban pesticide uses contribute to the problem. Pesticide contamination poses significant risk to the environment and non-target organisms, ranging from the beneficial soil organism to insect, plants, fish, and birds. Contrary to the common misconception, even herbicide can cause harm to the environment. In fact, weed killers can especially problematic because they are used relatively large volumes. The best way to reduce pesticide contamination and other harm it causes in our environment is all of us do our part to use safer and non-chemical pest control, including control methods. For example, biopesticide, mga organic na compounds na dili kayo kuan sa non-toxic. That's all. Thank you. So I would like to acknowledge the organizer of this program for successful webinar series, and also I would like to acknowledge Dr. Sylvia Dargantes for giving us opportunity to present our different topic and giving us time to present. And thank you very much, ma'am.